Why the fresh start mentality is a psychological lie. This video is about why the fresh start mentality is a psychological lie and how it's the reason your habits keep failing. Every year, millions of people make New Year's resolutions, feel motivated for a few days, then quietly fall back into old patterns. In this video, you'll learn why resets don't work, what psychology actually says about behavior change, and the continuity-based rules that help people stay consistent even when motivation disappears. Think about New Year's Day. You wake up motivated. You promise yourself this year will be different. New habits, new routine, new you. And for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, it works. Then life happens. You miss one workout. You break the routine once. You fall behind. And suddenly, the motivation is gone. Not because you failed, but because the fresh start failed you. Most people think they lack discipline. In reality, they were following a psychological lie, the fresh start mentality. We're told that change requires a clean slate, a reset, a perfect beginning. But psychology says the opposite. Your brain doesn't change through resets, it changes through continuity. Here's why the fresh start feels so convincing. Your brain releases dopamine not only when you succeed, but when you anticipate success. So when you imagine a perfect routine, a disciplined version of yourself, or a brand new beginning with no past mistakes, your brain already feels rewarded. Neurologically, it feels like progress, even though nothing has changed yet. That's why planning a fresh start feels exciting, and actually doing the work feels heavy. Your brain already collected the reward, and this creates a dangerous pattern. Every time you start fresh, you teach your brain a rule. Quitting is acceptable as long as you promise to restart. Miss one workout, you'll reset next week. Slip up once, you'll start over Monday. Over time, your brain stops learning how to recover. It learns how to abandon. That's not discipline. That's avoidance disguised as motivation. Fresh starts also rely on identity promises. This time, I'm a new person. This time, I'm serious. But habits don't change because of identity statements. They change because of repeated behavior. And when reality doesn't match the fantasy, when motivation fades, when effort feels boring, when progress slows, guilt takes over. And guilt schedules the next reset. That's how people stay stuck for years while feeling like they're constantly starting. Psychology shows that lasting change doesn't come from resets, it comes from continuity. Continuity means you don't break a chain just because a day went wrong. It means failure doesn't trigger a restart, it triggers adjustment. Missing one day doesn't destroy progress. Restarting does, because restarting kills momentum, and momentum is more powerful than motivation. Your brain responds to consistency, not intensity. The people who change their lives aren't more disciplined, they're just better at continuing when things get messy. To fight this abandonment cycle, adopt the never miss twice rule. If you miss one day, you slept in, you had a bad day, you ate the whole cake, that's just one mistake. But your only rule is this: you are not allowed to miss 2 days in a row. The only way to truly fail is to let the first mistake schedule the next one. This forces your brain to learn recovery, not abandonment. Next, use the 5-minute commitment. When you feel that heavy resistance, lower the barrier to entry. Not an hour-long workout, not writing a full chapter, just 5 minutes of focused effort. Because 5 minutes counts, half effort counts, showing up tired counts. The goal isn't the output, the goal is preserving the chain of continuity. And finally, fix the identity problem with an identity anchor. Stop relying on fantasy statements like, I am a disciplined person, or I am a serious writer. Instead, anchor your identity to action. Every time you show up for your 5 minutes, tell yourself, I am someone who never misses twice. Your identity doesn't come before the habit, it's reinforced by the continuous small actions you take. So stop asking, when should I start fresh? Ask a better question. What's the smallest action I can take right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. There is no fresh start. There is only today, incremental gains, and refusing to quit when it stops feeling exciting. That's why most people stay stuck, and why the ones who change never press reset.